Imagine you wake up with blurry vision. Your doctor refers you to a specialist, but your insurance blocks the referral.
Call me to defend why you think this patient needs this.
That causes you to go blind. Imagine you have multiple sclerosis. Without warning, your insurance stops your medications.
No, you cannot give this drug.
So you become paralyzed. Imagine your father has cancer. His doctor orders an MRI,
No, you cannot order this imaging.
prescribes chemotherapy.
Have you considered this other, less expensive option?
His insurance causes delay after delay.
No, you don't need this surgery.
He dies. An absurd process has infiltrated American healthcare. It's called prior authorization. Here's how it works. Before your doctor provides a treatment, your insurance requires them to prove it's necessary. This is often a time-consuming process that can cause dangerous delays.
I'm sorry, your cancer could be cured, but we need to wait for the insurance company to approve your chemotherapy.
That's Dr. Jane. She's barricaded by prior authorizations daily.
This is a really big issue, and it impacts every single person in this country who has insurance.
Prior authorization was actually created to save you money. Decades ago, it was used sparingly, only to make sure expensive treatments, like long hospital stays, were absolutely necessary. But now,
It's devolved into now a system where a lot of times things are really denied for no reason.
even everyday medications now require insurance approval.
Could be for medications to treat heartburn.
ADHD medication.
Test strips for patients to be able to check their blood sugar.
Chemotherapy.
Prozac.
When I prescribe a medication, I would say 95% of the time I have to obtain a prior authorization.
New York Times Opinion interviewed more than 50 doctors and patients. Their experiences suggest that insurance companies often weaponize this mundane process in order to control doctors and inflate their profits.
If they deny care or they delay care, that's money the insurance company gets to keep.
The way that they profit is to deny care.
As prior authorization has spread, delays in care have become normalized. So have tragedies. 1 in 3 doctors say that it's caused a serious medical issue or even the death of one of their patients. Ocean went blind.
It was like the insurance company telling me that my life didn't matter.
Michael couldn't walk or stand for 4 months.
It's like, I am scared of MS, but my fear as of right now is more of the insurance company.
And Vivian lost her father.
I spent so much time on the phone, writing letters, faxing, that I didn't get to spend that time with my father.
This is medical injustice disguised as paperwork.
Hello, my name is Veronica. My son's name is Elijah. He's 17 years old. I wanted to make this video to tell everybody at ERN, thank you very much. And thank you for your help. I believe truly that you're doing the Lord's work. Really quickly, my son had a seizure for the first time August 2024. We were on the hunt trying to figure out what happened. Why he had the seizure, what was causing the seizure. An MRI in November of 2024 revealed that he had a brain tumor. And after seeing 2 neurologists, 2 oncologists, and 2 surgeons, they all recommended that he definitely get the tumor removed. Due to the size and shape, it was ideal to get it removed before it caused further damage to his brain. In his body for the seizures. And then in his surgery was originally scheduled February 3rd. 2 weeks before his surgery, The coordinator called me and told me that the insurance denied the procedure because the reason stating that it was not medically necessary. Again, we had seen 6 different specialists, and the insurance did not feel like it was, the doctor's insurance did not feel like, reviewed his case and said it wasn't medically necessary. The coordinator requested an expedited, a peer-to-peer review so that they could overturn the decision. After the surgeon and the insurance doctor met, after the meeting, which was a Friday and his surgery was supposed to be on a Monday, they still stood firm on their position that it was not a medically necessary procedure and continued to deny it. So then I felt helpless and was very frustrated and literally cried and didn't know what the next steps were going to be for Elijah because, mind you, he's going through a lot. This was the first day of his senior year that he had his first seizure, very emotionally, not knowing what's going to have his future hold. And this was the beginning to some resolutions to the matter. I reached out to my family, and Princeton is my sister's boyfriend. So luckily, thank the Lord that he's in our family. Thank you, Princeton. He called me, met with me immediately. We created a timeline. Saturday, we continued to create a timeline. I forwarded him all the information that I had. Then Sunday morning, we touched base. He sent all the information to Ed, which then Ed, on a Sunday, thank you for using your weekend to do this, Ed in Princeton. They submitted an expedited appeal requesting a response immediately. They sent it to the insurance and to the my husband's the insurance, and my husband's employer. So they then overturned it. After 2 days, they got a very quick response, which meant a lot to me because this whole time I was very emotional, my heart was very heavy. I didn't know what to do. Even going through trying to help Princeton gather all this information was very daunting because the insurance, calling the insurance, calling my husband's employer, they were all not helpful. Actually, on the letter, it has a number that if you have any further questions, to call. That number is not even the correct number. By myself, I wouldn't know how to respond because I don't even know why they're saying this is medically necessary. So I don't know what information they need to change their mind. But with ERN, with you guys, I have the tools. They knew the lingo, they knew the laws, they knew how to actually format and send this appeal. The insurance, they wanted me to do it over the phone. How are you going to work with a company that you don't even trust anymore? It seems counterintuitive, but that's the way that it works. It works to defend themselves and not defend the patient. So again, I wanted to make this really quick. My original video was way too long. So sorry if I'm talking very fast, but really from the bottom of my heart, thank you all very much. You guys are doing a service, and I can't imagine if you helped me this much, you helped out my son this much, how much more blessings you're going to provide to so many more people. Thank you guys for being in this business.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. dark. Smile in my face when we all know it's hard. There's no way to ever pay you back. Bless your heart, no, I love you for that. Honest and selfless. I don't know if this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. 6 in the morning. As soon as you walk through that door, everyone needs you again. The world's out of order. It's not a sound when you're not around. All day on your feet harder. Keep that energy. I know when it feels like the end of the road, you don't let go. You just press forward. You're the engine that makes all things go. Always in disguise, my hero. I see a light in the dark. Smile in my face when we all know it's hard. There's no way to ever pay you back. Bless your heart, no, I love you for that. Honest and selfless. I don't know if this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, matter, matter. The mothers, the fathers, the teachers that reach us, strangers and friends that show up in the end. From the bottom to the top, the listeners that hear us, this is for you. You make me feel loved. Oh, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. Na na na. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hudson Townsend. I'm 23 years old. When I was about 11 or 12, I had a case that was represented by ERN Enterprises. Denise was our attorney on that case, and we ended up successfully winning a case that would ultimately change my life. With that, a little bit of a backstory is I was born with one leg shorter than the other one. At a year and 9 days old, I had a surgery in California, which the bone ultimately ended up breaking and the surgery failed. With that, I had another surgery at 10 years old with the exact same result. So we knew there had to be a better way. There had to be a doctor out there with more experience, and we found that. Now, the problem was getting to that doctor, and that's where Denise stepped in and took our case on pro bono and worked with us for over a year to fight this thing. California's rule is if there's a doctor in California that can perform the surgery that they think can, and at the time there was not, we're going to keep the money in the state. So that's what they did. They would send us denial letter after denial letter after denial letter. And Denise and her team were so gracious to work with us and take on our case and go against the state of California to fight for what I needed at the time, and that was to go see a specialist in Florida. Um, you know, like I mentioned, this was so long ago. This has been over 10 years ago, and my memory is a little bit jogged, but we ultimately ended up getting a fair hearing with the state of California. It was in a room. It was Denise, me, and my mother on our side of the table, and Ed was behind us. And it was the state's 3 doctors and their attorney on the other side. And, it was an all-day thing, and it was emotional for everyone. And I just remember that towards the end of it, Ed had kind of pulled us aside when we went for a break and said, they don't usually act like this. They're kind of throwing in the white towel early, but let's relax and not get our hopes up. So ultimately what ended up happening was they had notified us that the judge was going to be on vacation, so the verdict was going to be delayed. And they gave us an expected date of whatever that was. I don't remember, but we had received confirmation in the mail that they had approved the surgery for me to go to Florida and have my first surgery with the doctor. That surgery was at the age of 13. I had a hip surgery with him. So he performed that. It was a 9-hour surgery. We were in Florida for a month recovering, my mother and I. And after that, we had my first lengthening with Dr. Paley at the age of 15. Everything went successful, perfect, lengthened 7 centimeters. Something, quite frankly, we didn't know was possible because we had never experienced it, right? So fast forward a couple more years, 17, have another lengthening, surgery, same exact result. Everything went successful. So 4 total lengthenings with Dr. Paley. This January, actually, I had surgery in Florida. I'm still recovering from that. However, this was the final surgery. They took out all the hardware, fixed my ankle from damage that I had created walking on my tiptoes for my whole life. And, it's been nothing but success. And I'm so grateful for what Denise and Ed and everyone at ERN has done. You guys don't quite understand how you changed my life, to be able to function as a 23-year-old kid and do everything that I want to do, besides run, but I'm okay with that. I can live with that. So it's, it's been a whirlwind. I just want to say thank you. It doesn't go for granted. We think about you guys all the time, Denise especially. So with that, it is my honor to congratulate you, Denise, for winning the 2025 Distinguished Service Award and celebrating 15 years of service and transforming people's lives like mine. You've made such an impact on the community and those around you, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And, we are so happy and proud to celebrate you. So again, congratulations.